So you guys, you wrote a pattern, you had it tested, you had it tech edited, you uploaded it to the internet, and crickets. Has that ever happened to you? It has happened to me. And so that is why I wanted to talk to you today about how to drive traffic to your shop. And specifically, we're talking about my top 5 strategies for driving traffic to your Ravelry shop. I think with Etsy, I think people have a little bit of an easier time because Etsy draws such a large crowd. Ravelry doesn't draw as much of a large crowd, but the crowd there is a little bit different. They are kind of rabid uh, consumers of crochet patterns. And so it is a little bit of a different crowd, but getting seen on Ravelry is a little bit different than getting seen on Etsy or elsewhere. So I want to talk about that with you today. And if you are here watching live, would you let us know where you're tuning in from? Do you have a Ravelry shop right now, or are you just thinking about it? And if you're watching the replay, let us know you're watching the replay. Either way, I'm so happy to have you here. My name is Pam Grice. I am known as the Crochetpreneur. I am a crochet business coach, designer, and product seller. And I'm on a mission to help 100,000 women find financial and personal freedom through crochet. So, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let's see who's here this morning. Rosemarie's here, and Davina's here, Marilyn's here, Crystal's here. Lots of familiar names. And I'm going to try and keep looking at my camera. It's really hard for me. I rewatched one of my videos from last week, and my eyes are all over the place. And it's because I am thinking as I'm talking, and I tend to like look all over the place when I'm thinking. And yay! So glad. Um, okay, did the video freeze for anyone else? My streaming this morning has been kind of really weird, so I hope that we do okay. Let me know if we're having trouble, but I'll just do my best. Okay, how about we get started? I'm going to share my top 5 strategies, and then I will answer your questions at the end. So let's get, that was a yes. What does that mean? Froze but back. Oh, that's really sad. I apologize for that. Hopefully I can edit that out of the replay. Okay, so we're going to go with the first strategy. First, add all of your patterns to the database. Anyone can add your patterns to the Ravelry database, not for sale and not for people to see the specific, step by step how to do the pattern, but they can add details about your pattern to the Ravelry database. So if you don't do it, someone else might. So I suggest that you do it as soon as you create a pattern, add it to the database, and then add it to your shop. And as you're adding it to your shop, I want you to be really conscientious about the process that Ravelry takes you through as you're uploading your pattern. Very much helps you get found. So as long as you're picking all of the appropriate attributes, you're selecting the yarn that you use, you're putting in all of the sizes, all of those things, because all of those things inside of Ravelry are searchable. So as people are looking for patterns, they're going to put in, I'm looking for a pattern for a teen, female, worked from the top down. It's a hat. It's a, and they're putting in all of these things. It's using super bulky yarn. And all of those things work together to get your listing found. If you just go about it kind of the lazy way of just uploading it and not worrying about attributes, not worrying about all of those things that when you get to the end, it says, hey, you forgot to do this and you forgot to do that. And you're like, whatever, and you just post it, your pattern's not going to get found. So even though it takes a little bit longer than it might take on another platform, be really conscientious about selecting all of those appropriate attributes so that you can be searched and found. So that's the first tip. I know it sounds pretty basic, but some people don't realize that all of those searchable attributes are really important to your pattern getting found. So that is number 1. Number 2. This is what I do. I always create a promotional code as soon as I create a pattern because I want it to start getting traction. So as it starts getting traction, it may show up on Hot Right Now, which is always great for your design. It may, people may start posting their own projects. They may start, liking and hearting your pattern. All of those things serve as social proof to someone who might be looking for a pattern, and they see like, oh, other people are really liking this, so I'm going to like it too. It's just kind of the natural psychology of things. So one way of doing that is to create a promotional code as soon as you launch your pattern. So for me, I do a $2 off coupon code, and I send it to everyone on my email list. Another thing I do is I create a promotion in Ravelry where the first 100 downloads are free using the promo code. And then after that, the pattern goes to a lower price. For instance, it might be, if it's a $5 pattern, I give it away for free to the first 100 people. And then after that, it's $2.50 for 2 days. And then after that, it goes to the regular price. And then I post that in these Facebook groups, 2 of them, one called Ravelry Free Pattern Alerts, and the other one called Ravelry Free Pattern Alerts, in parentheses, crochet only. Do follow the rules. I did put links to those down in the description. On YouTube, you can find those links. But those are the 2 groups that I post to, and it really gets my pattern some traction right in the beginning because there's thousands of people in those groups. And when you post it, those 100 patterns are gone in a matter of minutes. And then people who love it and people see that other people are loving it, they don't mind paying $1.50 or $2.50 for that pattern because they're already invested. They're trying to get it for free. They're already invested in the pattern and excited about making it. And then they get there and all of the free ones are gone. And so then they're like, it's just $2.50. So then they get it. Okay. So, and then you start making money. So it's not just giving something away for free, but it's about kind of generating traffic and then generating revenue and then working off of that for, after this, that it's full price, but it's already got all of those hearts. It's already got all of the people making projects from your pattern and people sharing with their friends. So this is a good way to get traction, and it works for me. All right. Next is to engage with Ravelry groups. So, make yourself known inside of those Ravelry groups even before you start launching things. But then where it's appropriate and allowed, as soon as you launch a pattern, you can share it inside of those groups. For instance, I'm just going to make something up. If there's a hat lovers group in Ravelry, then when you launch a hat pattern, you can then share it inside of that group. So it's a good way to get people who are already warmed and already say like, I love hat patterns. And so you're saying, oh, I have a hat pattern for you. And so those people are more likely to go take a look at it. So let's see, also share products and link your blog feed. So when you post on Ravelry, you can share projects of your pattern. So what I do is I launch the pattern, then I create a project from the exact same pattern, and then I can share that pattern, that project inside of groups. So with groups, and I learned this from Marisa Garris, so I don't want to pretend that I just made this up. So Marisa Garris from Underground Crafter had shared with our group that when you share a project, you're allowed to share projects to groups that you aren't allowed to share your pattern launch with. So it's another way of reaching people without doing like self promo. Like you're just sharing your project, right? And then people can click on that and then link to your pattern. And then also as you're sharing your project, you can link it directly to your blog post. So if you're sharing on a blog as well, you can link directly to that blog post. So you're driving traffic to your Ravelry and you're driving traffic to your blog post. So that's a double win. Okay. Was that a lot? We have 2 more. But first, I just want to remind you, this is my job as a YouTuber right now. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications, can you please do that now if you want to? If you find these crochet business tips helpful, if you just want to hang around with me on Monday mornings and have a cup of coffee, if you want to be notified of whenever I go live or whenever I share new crochet business tips, you can just hit that bell, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and then be sure to hit the like button right now as we're chatting so that more and more people will know that we're here, we're live, and I'm going to be answering questions in just a little bit. So that's my public service announcement for the moment. All right, back to business. Let me make that go away. There we go. Whoops. Here we go. No. All the things are showing. Here we go. All right, mobilize your network. So this is, you can do this in many ways. So if you've been around the community for very long, hopefully you've made some friends. You've joined a Facebook group for crochet business owners. You've joined the Crochetpreneur Business Academy. Any of those where you've made friends within the business on Instagram, whatever. Mobilize your network. This could look like participating in blog hops. Often when people participate in blog hops, they get so much traffic to their patterns that it hits that hot right now list. And that again generates more traffic and more sales for their pattern. Also, invite your testers to post their photos on social media, or you can even require it of your testers if that's kind of how you manage your testers, is to require them to post their photos on social media as soon as the pattern launches. So that can create social proof for you. And then ask your testers to post their projects to Ravelry projects and then share to Ravelry groups as appropriate. So in this way, again, we generate a lot of traffic, we generate buzz around the pattern, excuse me, and we generate social proof. So all of those are beneficial in getting people to see your designs. And I keep clicking it and it's slow. There we go, Pinterest. All right, you guys, I know everyone's like, not everyone, many of you are like, I don't know how to use Pinterest. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to pin. But I will tell you that Pinterest is the highest driver of traffic to my Etsy shop. And I don't know if it's the highest driver of traffic to my Ravelry, but it certainly doesn't hurt. So what I would do, oh, that went away. There we go. My strategy is when I launch a new pattern, I create 5 pins for my blog, pins for my Etsy shop, and pins for my Ravelry shop. And I post those. I use Tailwind to schedule those out to 10 different boards on my Pinterest account. And I schedule them out every 7 days. They start 2 days apart. It's kind of complicated, but you develop your own strategy and see what works for you. So I basically have 15 pins linking to 3 different places, my blog, my Etsy, and my Ravelry. And they're spaced out so that Pinterest doesn't think I'm spam, but it keeps those images, even though they're not the same image, they're all different kind of graphics, but it keeps those in front of the eyes of people who would want to see them. So, you know, people need to see things 7 times before they start recognizing it and becoming interested in it. So by creating so many pins and scheduling it out on intervals, it tries, the strategy is to keep that picture, that product in front of people so that they start saying, what is this? I keep seeing it. And then they click on it and then hopefully they buy it. So those are my top 5 strategies that I use in my business to drive traffic to my Ravelry shop. And I also have a bonus. A bonus strategy is Ravelry ads. Honestly, I have not used Ravelry ads myself, which is why I didn't add it to my tips. Again, this was shared by Marie of Underground Crafter. She really recommends Ravelry ads. I just haven't taken the time to check into them and see how they work, but she says they work really great. So check into Ravelry ads. I hear that they are worth the money. You usually have to schedule them at the beginning of the month. So go in. I'm going to try and find an article on Ravelry ads and add that into the description. But that's that. All right. So those are my strategies for Ravelry. I'm going to come and get your questions in just a moment. I'm trying to make this go away. All right. Did that work? Yeah, it went back. Okay. But before we go to questions, let me mention this to you. So I just decided that we're going to have a 5-day holiday prep challenge. It's not for Ravelry, it's for Etsy shops. However, if most of us are selling on Etsy, and if you're not, I recommend that you do. And this is all about getting your Etsy shop ready for the holidays. I do have an extensive workshop that walks you through all the steps, but this is more of a kind of 5-day jump in boot camp to get your shop ready for the holidays. And I'd love if you would join us. There's a link down in the description where you can register. The whole thing is free. I just wanted to, jump in and dive in with you guys and get your shops ready. So it's just 5 days. There will be a Facebook group. You can get all the details from that link below. And I hope you'll join us. So that is that. I'm going to come back and take a look at your comments. That's gone away. Are you also telling your subscribers about the free download offer too? I am not, only because I feel like it makes it really complicated to give them a coupon code for like my regular coupon code, and I'm sending that in their email, which they may not open until hours after I send it. And so that the 100 free patterns is gone like literally in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. And so I don't want to create problems with them saying, oh, I missed it, can I please still have it for free, which is going to happen. And so I don't even mention it to them. So it's just specifically because that's the way those Facebook groups operate. And so I just need to get their immediate traffic. So yeah, so that's what I do. I made 11 sales in my life. I can't imagine being able to give away 100 for free. You might find, okay, sorry, my hair. You might find that giving away 100 for free actually generates the buzz around your pattern that gets you more sales. Because if you're giving away 100 for free, typically those are not people who would have A, found your pattern in the first place, and B, given you money for it. So really, there's a mutual benefit in that you're giving them something for free that they wouldn't have paid for anyway. And now they're getting to know who you are. They're getting excitement. That excitement generates buzz for you, and you start getting hearts and comments and projects on that pattern that you may not have otherwise gotten. So there is a mutual benefit to that. So I really encourage you to give it a try. How do you, wait, where did that go? How do you get in with others to do blog hops? I struggle with this. So you can join the Crochetpreneurs Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/crochetpreneurs, and people post their blog hops in there all the time, and say like, hey, I'm hosting a blog hop, would love to have you be a part of it. Or you can join the Knit and Crochet social Facebook group, which also has the same thing. And then I really encourage you to read my blog posts on the Crochetpreneur blog, crochetpreneur.com, about blog hops and run your own, because the benefits of blog hops, while it benefits everyone, it benefits the host the most. It's also the most work, but it benefits the host the most. And if you're looking to really increase traffic and get onto an ad network that requires a certain amount of traffic, a blog hop is a great way to go. Such great info. I'm wondering how coupons and promo codes work in Etsy and Ravelry, and if they're easy to set up. Sorry if it's in CBA module. I haven't gotten to it yet. I think it is in All right, I think I'm back. Oh my gosh, I don't know why that happened. I don't know if it froze for you. It froze for me. So I'm going to go back to that question. Um, this week or next week, I'm going to do some tutorials right on YouTube on how to set up promo codes on Etsy and on Ravelry. So I'll show you how to do that. It really is kind of intuitive. It walks you through the process, but there may be some things that you missed, so I will share that with you. What was the mechanism to schedule the pins and drive traffic? I use Tailwind. So if you go to crochetpreneur.com, there is a resources link right in the top menu, and it has like my recommendations, and there's a Tailwind link. It's an affiliate link in there. I'll also put an affiliate link in the description below that I would love for you to use. But if you don't want to do that, you can just go to tailwindapp.com. Tailwindapp.com. That's what I use. Speaking of scheduling, would you share there's a good day and time to release a pattern? You know, for me, because I'm not a very organized or structured person, the best time to release a pattern is when I get it done. And so that's what I do. I don't typically have a schedule. I'm working with my assistant. She is very much organized and very much a good compliment to me, to launch my patterns on Friday, just because that's what works with my schedule. I think that everyone is going to have to figure out what works best for you. For me, I feel like Friday is a good day because people are moving into their weekend and they may have some free time. And it could be just the opposite, that Monday is the best day because their kids are off to school, so they have free time. So it depends on your target audience and who's engaging with your patterns. Let's see, will the holiday prep be just for product sellers or designers? Hi, Simone. Hey, it's for both. So it's for anybody with an Etsy shop. So it's not specific to product sellers or designers. It's just basically anybody with an Etsy shop. We're going to get it, get your processes all set up for the holidays. What would be the cost to do this through Tailwind? I don't actually know. Tailwind has a lot of services that they offer, and I use a lot of their services, so I'm paying about $400 a year for Tailwind. It doesn't have to be that expensive. It's just based on how you use it. I have 3 businesses, so I have 3 Pinterest accounts. I have 3 Instagram accounts on there, so you're going to have to just check that out. I'm sorry that I don't know it by heart. Are the blog hops only for those who make patterns? Yes, I haven't seen a lot of blog hops for people who create products, though I don't see why they couldn't happen. I just don't believe that they do happen. I don't see a lot of people actually planning blog hops for product sellers. So that's something when you get your blog set up that you could even consider doing. I see a lot of blog hops for designers and for people who do crafting, and so it could work, but you'd have to get a little bit creative and figure out like what's the draw for people, what would get people to the blog hop. And hopefully it's not just like, I'm trying to sell you something, go over to this person's blog, they're trying to sell you something, go to the next person's blog, they're trying to sell you something. People don't enjoy that. So how will you make it engaging and enjoyable for your target customers? Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry that can you talk more about your Pinterest strategy? Yes. So it's kind of complicated. Basically, this is what I do. I'm going to try and go through it step by step. So I create 15 pins, 5 for my blog, 5 for my Ravelry, 5 for my Etsy. Some of them have graphics and text, some of them don't. And then what I do is I put all of those 15 into Tailwind. And I have 10. Okay, I'm just trying to keep it straight in my head. I have 10 boards that I'm going to pin those to. So the boards might be premium crochet patterns for women, crochet patterns for beginners, fall crochet patterns, whatever's appropriate. So, right, I have 10 different boards that basically all of my patterns could fit into. Patterns by Made with a Twist. So, some of them are just general. Some of them are like favorite crochet designers, things like that. But basically, I only pin my things in there. And so inside of Tailwind, you can group those boards together and just with a click of a button say, I want to pin this pin to these 10 boards. So you just click the button and it has it in those 10 boards. And then you say, I want to schedule this on an interval. So for my interval, I say, like, for pin number 1, I say start today. And so it starts today at a certain time. And then I say, and then pin it every 7 days. So it'll pin to board number 1 today. 7 days from now, it'll pin to board number 2. 7 days after that, it'll pin to board number 3. So that's for this pin. And then I have pin number 2. And pin number 2, I will have start tomorrow. So it's going to start tomorrow and pin to those same 10 boards. And I'm going to use the same strategy of saying, pin it every 7 days to these 10 accounts, but start it tomorrow. And maybe today is today in the morning and tomorrow will be tomorrow in the afternoon. Then pin number 3, I do the exact same thing, but I start it 3 days out. So this way I'm not pinning the same pin that more than every 7 days. So it's scheduled out. And so basically I have 15 days, I'll be pinning one new pin, which Pinterest loves. You're pinning a new image every day for 15 days. And if I launch another pattern somewhere in there, I'll be doing the exact same thing, but with a different image. So those are being pinned 7 days out to 10 boards. So that's 70 days plus 15 days. I'm sorry, this is crazy. So basically I have 85 days of content going out from just this one pattern. So I just be sure that when it's linking, 5 of those are linking to my blog, 5 are linking to Ravelry, and 5 are linking to Etsy. This way I'm driving traffic to all of my different places. Yes, if someone goes to my blog post, they could link to Ravelry or Etsy from my blog post, but sometimes that extra click gets people to click off rather than click through. So I want some to go to my blog post to drive traffic there, and then other ones that just go directly to the listing where people can buy. All right, is that really complicated? That's what I do. Okay, my pattern sales are worse on weekends. Yeah, mine are too, honestly. For someone starting completely from the beginning, is it best to share just one pattern or have a few to offer? So my suggestion is always start with where you are. So it's better to release your one pattern and start from there rather than say, I'm going to hold on to it and wait. I'm going to hold on to it and wait until I get 5 patterns, until I get 10 patterns, until I get 20. Don't do that. So as long as you have content to share, share it, because that will start generating Google SEO juice, right? It'll start getting found. It'll start generating buzz. People will start to see who you are, and you can start having content to share on your social media while you get ready for the next thing that you're going to design. So that's my suggestion. I need a video about the projects on Ravelry. Do not understand how they work. Projects. Okay. I will put it on my list. So we're going to do promos and projects. And Isabella has a video on adding a project to Ravelry. So go to Fiber and Fox's YouTube channel, and she should have a video for you there. Can you share any templates you use for your pins? That's a good idea. Sure. I actually have a bundle of 30 different pins that I kind of use. And then also Tailwind, if you create one pin, you can connect your blog post and it will create a bunch of pins using your brand colors for you. Again, that costs money after your trial, but I can create a couple of pins and share a template down in the description. That'll take me a while. I got a lot going on today, but I'll try and get that done for you. Okay, we're going to have to be done here in just a moment, but I've learned so many new programs and learned so many new words since I clicked on the button to attend Crochetpreneur seminar. Let's see. I know we're talking about Pinterest, but what about Instagram? My daughter keeps telling me that I should also do TikTok. What do you think? Instagram is great for crochet designers. TikTok is also awesome. If you have capacity to do it, I say do it. For some reason, I am just having a really hard time doing Reels or TikTok. It feels really overwhelming and big to me, and I don't know why that is. Typically, it's because I have to do my hair and makeup. And today's the first time I've done my hair in like 5 days. My husband's been gone. I'm like, who cares? I live on a farm. No one's here. Anyway, um, yeah, like that whole idea of like I need to look cute is really hard for me. Anyway, I have body image issues. But as far as your business goes, I think yes, if you have capacity. If it feels too stressful, wait until you feel like you have some ideas and you feel good about it. You have a daughter who can help you, and I think that's awesome. Katie, I don't know if Katie is here, but Katie, if you're here, can you link Isabella's YouTube channel? Instagram is not searchable. No, it's not. So you put them for free and 5 minutes later change the price. So I actually create a promotional code in Ravelry that says this code is good for the 100 people to download, and then I already have the price on that pattern set to a certain low amount, maybe $3, and some people on my email list have a $2 off coupon. People who don't get the $100, we get it for $3. So you have to think about what are all the moving parts. But I don't go in and change the price. I just let it kind of happen, and then 2 days later I'll go change the price to full price. Can you tell us where we can find the holiday webinar again? Yes, I'm gonna link it right here. There you go. That should work. Okay, so it's just crochetbusiness.com/challenge. So I hope you guys will sign up. I'm just getting it all planned out. It's going to be video based and it's going to be live, very much like this. We're just going to walk through, what we're all working on today, and then there's a Facebook group it's just the Crochet Business Summit Facebook group that we used over the summer. But if you haven't joined, do a quick search on Facebook for that, or go down the description. You can find it. We're gonna have the lessons on video, and then we'll go and we'll hang out in that Facebook group and answer questions or share kind of what we did. We can share graphics, all of that thing. Okay, yeah. I have to go. I have so much to do. Kevin's coming home tomorrow. I need to clean up around here, and yeah. When the 100 patterns are downloaded, do you remove that post? No, because I basically go in there and say these 100 patterns are gone, but you can still get the pattern for $2, $3, whatever it is, by using that link. So that's what I do. All right, that's it. I'm going to let you guys go. I have to go do some things. If you're on my email list, I hope you're on my email list, because I'm going to be sending out some exciting things today. All about the challenge, all about other things that are going on, some blog hops that are coming up for October, new pattern releases. I mean, so many things. So it has been a busy weekend here at Crochetpreneur Central. So I'm so happy that you joined us today. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and click the notification bell. And I will see you guys next Monday for something new. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye, you guys. Oops, I need to click this button.